Hey you guys, it's Keri from My Table 3. Thanks for stopping back by my channel. I'm super excited to sit down and chat for you a little bit. You may have noticed that I did not get a Monday meal prep video up today. I'm sorry about that, but I've been feeling just a little bit overwhelmed with getting some new recipes up on the blog. Let me switch. And taking care of all our scheduling for homeschool and working. So I thought I would take a break from that, and I hope you guys understand. Get a little shadow on my face. Sorry about that. So today I thought I would just have a little chat with you and show you maybe what's in my cupboards. Nothing exciting, but I thought I would show you. And then at the end I'll talk about, I am doing just a little bit of prep, but just with chicken for the next couple of nights. So I'll show you that too. Let's get started. Okay guys, here is just a quick peek into my two main food cupboards. Now we don't buy a lot of canned goods and things like that, so my cupboards are not really full. We'll just have a few staples in here, like the mayo and stuff we eventually move to the fridge. But we'll have baking stuff in here, a few canned things, and some dry things, and I'll show you that. On the top shelf, we just have the instant oatmeal that I've showed you before in my grocery hauls. My son eats that sometimes. As you can see, he goes through it pretty slowly, so we just keep it up there for emergency situations or real fast mornings. And then there are my 1 minute whole oats that I use for grinding, and then overnight oats and stuff like that. There is that spinach dip mix that I bought for 15 cents a pack to last me through the holidays, so it's just stuck up there because I don't use it hardly ever, except for when we go somewhere. There's my natural peanut butter, which I'm almost out, so I need to get some. And I usually have almond butter up there too, but I'm out, and the last time I went to the grocery, I forgot to buy any more. So, okay, let's move down. So I normally would have almond butter and peanut butter too. Here are just a few teas my husband likes and my son like hot tea. I'm not a huge fan, but they do. That one's a blueberry, and that one's just an Earl Grey black tea, and then that's a chamomile, I think. My coconut spray, and then I have 2 things of unsweetened baking powder for, you know, just baking and breakfast. I like to have protein shakes, chocolate peanut butter, so I have this on hand. There's my glucomannan or glucine. This is just some vegetable glycerin. I need to probably move this to a different shelf because I don't use this very often, only when I make ice cream. There's some water chestnuts that I got that go with that spinach dip. I got those on sale for 60 cents a can. So I stocked up. I think there's another one back there too. Canned black beans is something I buy sometimes because my son likes black beans and rice, and so I like to have those on hand so my husband can open those up like when I'm at work for lunch and stuff. Now here is apple cider vinegar. I'm just about out. This is actually not the Great Value brand. When I finished the Great Value brand, it had some mother in it, and I had the Aldi's brand, which I know a lot of you guys like the Aldi's brand apple cider vinegar with mother, but mine had no mother in it. So what I did is I just kept this jar, and this one you can see has a little bit of mother in it, and I just put it in there trying to use up all that good mother. So next time I'll buy this Walmart brand again, or the Bragg's instead of the Aldi's, because sadly I didn't like it as much as I hoped I would. And I think that's it on that shelf. On this shelf I have this little tote, and I just keep things in it like those ranch mixes I've showed you before that I use sometimes for company or when I'm taking meals for somebody. There is my stash of, I don't know, I got so much stuff here. This is some probiotic powder my husband uses, baking powder. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my 85% chocolate bar I keep there for desperate times. This is a container of where I keep my brown rice. It's in there. We need to restock. Jar of pickles, our favorite mayonnaise, and then we have, my husband picked up this one the last time we went to the grocery outlet because it was on sale for like, I think 60 cents, and he wants to try it. So we have one open in the fridge now. We'll just rotate these out. Whichever one has a shorter date, we'll eat that one next. Popcorn that we pop on the stove. My son loves popcorn. There's my coconut oil, and I think that's, it's not going to focus, but just almond extract. So that is my quick view of this cabinet. I'm going to show you my favorite cabinet over here, and then I'll talk to you a little bit. Okay, this is my favorite cupboard, and you'll see why. It's my favorite mom cupboard. It is the cupboard that has my coffee shelf on it, and I just have a decaf coffee here. We like the Kroger's decaf. My husband and son, they drink coffee, but they only drink decaf. I, on the other hand, drink caffeine coffee. So this is just a selection of different kinds. I think this is a flavored coffee. These are flavored packs, 1-pot packs. These are the same, and then these are my Desperate Times, calls for desperate measures. I get these for $1.99 a pack at my discount grocery store, and I'll show you what they are. They're just instant packs of caffeinated coffee, Starbucks brand, and that's upside down. But anyway, I just keep these, and now it's going to be hard with one hand to get them back in there, in this little plastic container so they're not sliding everywhere. I just had to reorganize my cabinets because they got so... I really have a hard time of keeping everything where it should go. I'm really in a hurry. I'm grabbing things, and I should learn to put everything back. But so I just keep the coffee there, and here's all our sweeteners. We have these sweet drops, which I'll be giving away. A bottle of this shortly. On September 29th is my birthday, like I've told you guys about. It's also my 2-year anniversary at mytable3.com, so I'm going to put together a prize package to give away everybody to thank them for supporting me these last 2 years. And one of these will be in there. Stay tuned to see what else. There is some flavored stevia that I got on sale at my discount store. This is hazelnut, and that one is peppermint. And then in this container, I just have my Truvia packets, and I really like these containers because I get them at the Dollar Tree, and they're only $1, and they snap and re-snap back, and they really just hold stuff in, helps you get rid of all the boxes, and makes you look like you're organized, even if you're not. And that's what I need to make myself think I'm organized when I could use a little help. On this shelf, I have my almond meal. Let's see, this is a little bit of Trim Healthy Mama peanut flour that I desperately need to order because I'm running out of. That's my coconut flour. And I keep these in a plastic container. Well, now if you do not use these fast enough, you need to keep those in the freezer. But being a food blogger and a low carb, gluten-free Trim Healthy Mama blogger, I go through those a lot for recipes, so I don't have to worry about it. Let's see. These are just sweeteners that I've got from that brand, Stevia. They sent them to me free. I'm in their Blogger Baker Recipe Challenge for the next couple months, so I'll tell you more about that as I go. But that's just a monk sweetener. That's one of theirs. And then that's another Fructivia. That's also one of theirs they sent me. I haven't used this, and I don't know if I will. It's just fructose and stevia, I think, and so I'm not sure how that would work. But I got that. So that is my sweetener and flour shelf, and then up there in another container, which I'm a little bit too short, but there is some almonds I've got in there. The other ones are in the freezer. A little bag of Gentle Sweet someone gave me to try, the one without xylitol. And then that one is, let's see if I can reach it. It is another one of those Stevia sweeteners. It is Nectivia, and this is agave and stevia extract. And my son likes it. He's had it on pancakes a couple of times. Not sure how it fits on Trim Healthy Mama because, like I said, I'm not sure about the agave, but it tastes good. I've tried it, and my son likes it, so they also sent me this one. So I got it up there. It does not have to be refrigerated, and that is a look into that pantry. So there's a quick glance, guys, and now I'll talk to you a little bit more about what's going on. Okay, guys, so it is now actually like 5:30 in the afternoon, so I really should be cooking dinner, but I wasn't feeling good earlier, so after school and after I finished my blog post, I laid down for a little bit, and I do feel a little bit better, but I wanted to apologize because of the lack of the Meal Prep Monday video this week, but I will be back next week with those, and let me assure you that I will regret not meal planning this week, because I know things are going to be crazy, and I'll need them. But thankfully, I do still have a couple of freezer meals in the freezer from the last couple of weeks, so we'll use those, and I'll get back to it next weekend. One thing I wanted to share with you is I've been a little bit overwhelmed, and for those of you that don't know me, I am a homeschool mom that works outside of my home for 22 hours a week, and I also run a blog over at mytable3.com, which is my passion and something I love doing. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. I do most of my work there, and here on YouTube I just share a little bit more of a personal side of my life and my journey to lose weight on Trim Healthy Mama. So, and also I review books over on my website, and one thing that is really I thought was so neat and that it came about this time is this book, and it's called A Woman Overwhelmed. And now this is a sponsored book review that I'm doing for the blog. I am a Litfuse hen, which means I do book reviews for Litfuse Publicity, who is a Christian firm for Christian writers. So they do fiction and nonfiction, and this one is for the month of September and October when I'm reviewing. It'll be out in probably a week or two on the blog. It's called A Woman Overwhelmed, Finding God's Messes in the Messes of Life. Oh, Finding God in the Messes of Life, not God's messes. And it really has struck home with me. I've read probably about 5 chapters now, and I wanted to read a piece of it to you guys because it really is what has happened to me this weekend, and it has caused me to take a step back and rest and not do the meal planning. It says, have you ever been so overwhelmed into inaction? A common reaction to having too much to do is to do nothing at all. Isn't that true? That's because the first step is a doozy. If you've ever said, I just don't know where to start, you've probably been overwhelmed into inaction. Now, the author is Haley DeMarco, and she is such a good writer. I don't, if you've read any of her books before, The Fruitful Wife, Obsessed, Die Young, Own It, God Girl, and she's a really good author of nonfiction, really inspirational. And that passage I just read for you is how I feel a lot of times. You know, as moms, we take on a lot of stuff, a lot of responsibilities in the home, and plus I work and a blog, and I know all of you guys have individual things that you guys take on as moms or as women, and we tend to be overwhelmed, and that's because we have so much at one time. And that's how I react sometimes. I have to step back and just do nothing. So this weekend I have took a step back because I have been overwhelmed into inaction. So I just did not do food prep. I just rested, and I tried to get over that. I'm feeling much better. I'm ready for the week, and I just wanted to encourage you guys, if you ever feel overwhelmed to inaction, you're not alone. Just keep plugging away. And I'm praying for you, and you guys, I'd appreciate you praying for me as we journey on this journey of motherhood and womanhood. And I just want to say thanks so much to all my new subscribers. I have blazed past 300, which is so shocking to me. And I hope to be providing more good content with you in the future. So I look forward to another video, and I will be back on Friday with my September weight loss update. And I look forward to sharing that to you. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit that like button below. And I'll see you next time on My Table of 3.